Well, hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm just gonna take a few minutes to talk about some things that are on my mind. So going forward right now, I'm gonna focus more on just trying to release one video per week as opposed to two, because I have reached rather a point in building where I have to do a lot more planning than building. I mean, it was great getting the first floor of the shopping district all completed, and I'm super duper happy. And it was pretty easy to kind of move forward and bang that all out since I had everything, kind of marked off and ready to go and knew where I needed to work and where I didn't have to work. But coming up here, this is a whole nother ballpark. And I don't want to just start slapping blocks down and kind of hash this together. I would like to have like a full plan of, how of like where I want like the cosmetic shops to go versus where I want the necessary shops to go, and also floor plan and how I want them to run. And the only thing that I've decided so far is that I would like a little balcony running across the front sides so that when you do come up here you can kind of stand up and look out around everything in the first tier. So I remember mentioning earlier, like when I was, oh, okay, sleepy time. Can't have that while I'm trying to talk. Okay, now that it's not gonna thunder over our conversations. I remember mentioning that I had a build in mind that required a good amount of bamboo. That build is not going to happen, but I'll tell you briefly about it. What I had planned to do was to put some, build this part up a little bit and put some bamboo pillars in here with like an arch of. Actually, it'd be easier just to show you what I did have in mind, and then we can talk about the reasons why I decided not to do that. So let's jump over into my creative copy real quick. Okay, so in my creative copy, this was kind of what I was working on, was this kind of archway that went over the main roads. And, this is why I kind of build something and I let it sit for a little bit and I come back and look at it. And the more that I think about this, the more that it was like when I first did it, I really, really liked it and I was all like hyped up about it. But the more that I look at it, the more I'm just like, I don't think this is going to work. I mean, first thing, I don't like that this is a different level than that, because that looks, kind of ridiculous, and I can play with that and try to make it work. But the main reason is that, I mean, from down here, looking up, it looks pretty cool. But the main reason why I just don't think that this is a good idea to do something like this is because this kind of design element would only really look good as if we carried it on all of the roads. And so even though right here it might look okay and it might be feasible here, like imagining this going across all of these, I think it would just get really awkward, like especially on this run where you're just gonna have, some pillars going up, like 15 blocks for like no reason to hold up a little, alcovey domey thing. Like, yeah, nah. So this design I'm gonna scrap. So that's not gonna be in the world. Okay, so back where we belong. The other things that I have to look at and try to plan out is, I mean, is looking out over the rest of this place, you can see that, we are inside. This is supposed to be inside. And yet I still have all of this grass everywhere. Um, so I need to come up with some sort of a design element plan, flooring to put in these places that have so much grass. I mean, obviously where we're growing the trees, I need some grass. The animals, I like them to be on grass. But a lot of this grass, it's just, it's kind of silly to be inside and to have nothing but grass around you. So that's something that I really have to, plot out and try to figure out what I want to do there without it just looking, ridiculous. And then I also really need to think about adding in the ceiling for our second tier. I mean, because I'm not really worried about the floor up here so much. Because I'll figure that out when we get to really start, being able to build up here. But putting in the ceiling is no small task. I'm probably just going to use like this same design that I used here, but use like a maybe green or lime green wool instead of the blue blocks. Just to make it easier and kind of cohesive when you're coming up. And then I also need to figure out, valid plans for, getting up here from downstairs as opposed to just having, the little ladders on the sides, that's, but anyway. So the thing is that, so the truth is that when I start to think of all of this stuff all at one time, I start to get really, really overwhelmed. And then at the same time, like, I also want to have time to, still do stuff that I like to do, like mining. Like, I love mining. And I haven't really been able to do, like, a whole lot of mining since I started making videos because I've just been so intent on, ooh, I gotta make a video, I gotta make a video, I gotta make a video. And I do not want that to be how my life is going. I want my videos to be something that's fun to do, that I like to do, and not something that's going to stress me out. Because the reality is that I'm making these videos as a hobby and not as a sense of livelihood. So it really doesn't matter if I put out, if I put out 2 videos a week or 1 a month. I mean, honestly, I don't want to get down to 1 a month because I think that that's just, ridiculous. But once a week, I think I'll be able to handle that. And everything will be, cool. Because I can still bounce back and forth between, big jobs and little jobs. And I think I'll be okay there. But it's just kind of a lot of stuff that I need to think about and plan out. And not allow myself to get overwhelmed by. Because, like I said, this is supposed to be fun, not a job. So, and that's exactly how I intend to keep it. So that all being said, and I'm really glad that I got all of that off my chest. I just want to thank you guys for coming by. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I will definitely see y'all in the next episode. Bye.